Hello and welcome to Verdictum. I'm June and you're watching today's legal news where we update you with the latest legal developments across the country and world. Starting with the headlines. Karnataka High Court quashes charges against men for shouting Jai Shree Ram in Mosque. Diminishing India's reputation abroad, not a terrorist act under UAPA, Supreme Court critiques High Court ruling. Delhi High Court directs Wikipedia to take down dedicated page for ongoing suit with ANI, calling it contemptuous. Supreme Court calls out Punjab and Haryana government's failure to prosecute pollution law violators. Now the news in detail. The Karnataka High Court has ruled that shouting Jai Shree Ram inside a mosque did not outrage the religious beliefs of any class, as it quashed the criminal proceedings against two men who had been charged with insulting religious beliefs. The case stemmed from an incident in September of the previous year when the two men allegedly entered a local mosque and shouted Jai Shree Ram. The men were initially booked by the local police under several sections of the Indian Penal Code, including Section 295A, which pertains to acts intended to outrage religious feelings, as well as Sections 447 and 546 related to criminal trespass and criminal intimidation, respectively. A bench of Justice M. Naga Prasanna expressed confusion over how shouting Jai Shree Ram could be considered an act that would outrage the religious sentiment of any group. The court said Section 295A deals with deliberate and malicious acts intended to outrage religious feelings of any class by insulting its religion or religious beliefs. It is ununderstandable as to how, if someone shouts Jai Shree Ram, it would outrage the religious feelings of any class. When the complainant himself states that the Hindu-Muslims are living in harmony in the area, the incident by no stretch of imagination can result in antimony. Critiquing the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh High Court's judgment, the Supreme Court has ruled that diminishing India's global reputation does not constitute a terrorist act under Section 15 of the UAPA. While choosing not to revoke Fahad Shah's bail, a division bench of Justice Bella Trivedi and Justice Satish Chandra Sharma declared the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh High Court's ruling on bail under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act UAPA as legally flawed. The High Court had previously granted bail to journalist Pirzada Shah Fawad, asserting that a defendant could be granted bail if they posed no clear and present danger to society. The court has labelled the High Court's decision as per incurium, meaning it should not be used as a legal precedent, but chose not to revoke Fahad Shah's bail. The High Court had cited the 1919 US Supreme Court case Shank versus the United States to emphasize the necessity of proving a clear and present danger for UAPA arrests. The US Supreme Court, while addressing the limits of freedom of speech, recognized that while the prohibition against abridging free speech is significant, it is not absolute and may be subject to circumstances. The court stated that for a free speech to not be protected, the central issue is whether the words create a clear and present danger of causing substantive evils, and Congress has the authority to prevent. Terming it prima facie contemptuous, the Delhi High Court has ordered the takedown of a dedicated page on Wikipedia on its ongoing defamation suit against ANI. This comes 2 days after a division bench took exception to a page titled Asian News Network International versus Wikimedia Foundation on the pending defamation proceedings containing remarks on a previous order. Noting that such an act puts the judge in line of fire, the court observed, "You may be the world's most powerful entity, but we live in a country which is governed by the rule of law, and we take pride in that." A division bench of Chief Justice Manmohan and Justice Tushar Rao Gadela made these remarks while hearing Wikipedia's appeal against a single judge order to disclose the details of the individuals who edited the ANI Wikipedia page. As Wikipedia sought to protect the anonymity of the persons behind the edits, the court reportedly said, "The system cannot be a clock to defame someone. You are accusing someone, a journalist, of being a state-sponsored agent." On August 20th, the single judge had ordered Wikipedia to disclose the details of those who had made alleged defamatory edits to the ANI page. On September 5th, the single judge had cautioned Wikipedia for failing to comply with the court's previous order. With Delhi and the National Capital Region on the cusp of facing worsening air pollution levels in the city, the Supreme Court has slammed the Punjab and Haryana governments, calling them out for failing to act on June 2021 orders to prosecute violators of anti-pollution laws. The court seemed to dare the Punjab government to declare itself helpless to deal with multiple violations. Let them declare we cannot do anything, we are helpless, it said, as it noted that Punjab and Haryana, ruled by the AAP and BJP respectively, had not prosecuted violators, particularly farmers, burning stubble or agricultural waste since 2021 and only imposed nominal fines. The Commission for Air Quality Management, the central government panel that had issued orders to prosecute pollution law violators, was also criticized. It was called a toothless wonder for failing to enforce its own orders, and its members' competence was questioned. A bench of Justice Abhay Oka and Justice A.G. Masih and Justice A. Anamullah, hearing the issue of non-compliance with CAQM directions, set 1 week deadline to prosecute violators. Why is there no prosecution for violation of orders? This is not a political issue. It is about implementation of statutory directions by the CAQM under Section 12. We will take panel action against CAQM officers. Only then there will be an action. No political considerations will apply here, he added, as the court called out the Haryana government over nearly 200 recorded cases of farm fires for which only nominal fines has been revoked, Justice Oka said. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum. Subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android devices for the latest legal updates.